Laters. Don't got much time today, but I figured I'd just pop on and say good morning. I was thinking about some stuff there while I was making the coffee. I was thinking about a few things. I was like, what's the best beginner Dawless setup? I was trying to figure out I was watching a live stream by Noir and Autumn Guard there the other day, and they were talking about an idea of uh, building your setup for, say, under $2,000, that's a lot of money, man. So I'm like, how can you build a Dawless setup for, I don't know, $1,000, say? I mean, everyone can come up with $1,000, right? So I'm just wondering, how can you build a perfect Dawless beginner setup for $1,000? That's what I'm putting my mind through here now, because I think I think in this day and age, having the ability to just jam without a computer is something that everybody should have set up. If you can. What's up, Pentasonic? How's it going? Good morning. We don't got much time today, so I just figured I'd come on. We're talking about for $1,000, how can you build a nice little Dawless setup for yourself where you can just go in, jam away. If you want to record something, you can hit record, but if you just want to go in and jam and get lost in the sounds, how do you build a perfect little Dawless setup? So feel free to throw any of your ideas into comments if you want. And I called it Synth Gorillas because let's build a little gorilla setup here, So one thing you'll need some type of mixer / interface. I prefer a mixer interface, like a Behringer. For example, I got a Behringer 10002. So that allows me to plug in 5 stereos or 10 monos. Basically, I think that's what it is. Don't quote me, but I think that's what it is. So I can plug 5 stereo synthesizers in there, or I can plug 10 monos. And that's more than enough to get you started. So we need a drum machine. We need a keyboard. Synthesizer with keys is what I mean. And then we need probably a couple other things for $1,000. So my first pick for your drum machine to get you going for under $1,000, it's kind of the one I started with, man. Yeah, the 1820 is nice. What's up, QW? Yeah, the 1820 is nice. The Alesis SR16 drum machine, people hate on that thing, but man, I'm telling you, that with a little touch of reverb from a delay pedal or from your mixer actually, because the Behringer mixer's got effects built in. So you put a little gated reverb on those drums, and suddenly you got some synthwave drums. But for $299, you can get a Korg drum log right now. $299. I think everybody should go get a Korg drum log for $299. They're either going to discontinue that thing, or they're going to bring out a Mark II like they did with the Op6 Modwave Wavestate series. So we need a little drum machine, we need a little keyboard. So you could do something like the Arturia Keystep with some modules, You could do some Behringer modules, like the Model D is a really good starter setup. You could go crazy and do something like a Neutron. Yeah, the Op6 is, I don't even know if you can get the Mark 1 anymore. You can only get the Mark 2 now, I think. Still pretty cheap though for the Op6 Mark 2, $699. That'd be pretty sweet. I mean, I'm hoping they're coming out with the Prologue Mark 2. That's what I'm hoping they're coming out for. Korg Prologue Mark 2 with polyphonic aftertouch, and I mean, they could literally keep it in that absolutely beautiful form factor. To me, it was one of the nicest looking synths. It kind of copied the Prophet a little bit, didn't it? Don't you think? That black with the wood end cheeks kind of stuff copied the Prophet. But the Prologue Mark II, polyphonic aftertouch now, because Korg's got that technology built into their key stage. Yeah, I know, RD8, well, $1,000 setup. So $1,000 setup, you could think about doing the Korg Volca series for your drums and stuff if you want to do a Volca setup, but the Volca's it's finicky. You'll get tired of the Volcas real quick. So I guess let's think. If we want to build our little Dawless setup as a beginner, or not even a beginner, just like a real nice little Dawless setup, I think you'll get sick of the Korgs quick. Donner's got some cool things that just came out. You got the Donner D1 drum machine. You got the Donner B1 bass. If you give me mod, I will like and subscribe. Mini box, give you mod? I don't do mods, bud. We don't need mods. Micro Freak. Micro Freak. Okay, yeah. I missed that one last time. The Micro Freak for sure. Model Cycles, definitely that could be in there. Novation Circuit for sure. You know? Korg Drum Log. RD8, RD9 from Behringer for drum machines. Those things are banging. So basically, if you got an RD8, RD9, that's something you could keep in your setup for a long time. You know, I only heard the RD9 once from one of my buddies, and I was so blown away at the sound that came out of that thing. It's like we all had synthesizers there, and he brought his RD8, and when he turned that thing on, it shook the whole house. The RD8, I think it's crazy underrated for an 808 drum machine. It's gigantic too, man. It's so big. When I saw it, I was like, holy crap, this thing is huge. You know, so huge. Let's think. We got the Cycles, we got the Alesis SR16 drum machine, we got the Volca series, we got the Mini Freak, Micro Freak for $300, right? So it's hard. For $1,000, you really got to think about, you know, how you can set it up. I'm saying $1,000. Model D gives you your analog from Behringer. Then you go, so that's what? Model D's, that's $300. Then if you did a Korg drum log, that's $300, that's $600. You got $400 left. So I think with those two, then you got to get a mixer. It's tough, man. It's hard. It's hard to do it. Korg drum log, Behringer Model D. Then you want to go, let's go with a MIDI controller with the Arturia key step. And then one more synth. We need something with a lot of variety now. We got an analog, we got a drum machine. Just buy an Octatrack. Yeah. I guess you could just get an Octatrack. Fair enough. You could just get an Octatrack. Or, yeah, you're right. Just get an MPC. Oh. But actually, DJ Wojtek, the MPC keys, I think after the new MPC 3 update, might be the ticket, man. Might be the ticket. But do you consider an MPC Dawless? That's the question. Do you consider an MPC Dawless? That is the question. So let's think about that, man. Throw your comments in there if you want. For $1,000, how can you build a Dawless setup? You need a mixer, you need a drum machine, you need some keys. It'd be nice to have a little analog in there somewhere, you know. So I guess if you want to go analog, you could go Behringer Wasp, $149. Then you go, yeah, this is it. Behringer Wasp, $149. Arturia Micro Freak, $300, let's say, right? So what are we at now? 150, 300, 450. Then we need a drum machine. We're going to go Korg Drum Log because it's so cheap right now. Oh, you need monitors? Yeah, you could just go headphones, though. You could just use headphones for now. Sunglasses? We're going no sun this morning. This is oscillators and percolators, so we're just chilling here. It's not very sunny this morning. I only got 10 minutes and I got to get out of here. IKEA 61 is the truth. Yeah, the IKEA 61 is the truth, especially with the new MPC. I'm keeping my MPC now till I try the MPC3 upgrade. I got to keep it. I got to try it. The colors look good. It looks like they put some thought in this. I mean, how many years in the making? How many years in the making is it for Akai to finally make an interface that seems on the surface, from my opinion, after watching a ton of videos, to make a user interface that makes sense? How many friggin' years was it? I don't know, was it 10 years? I don't know. But it's crazy that one of the biggest complaints about the MPC was always the workflow and the user interface. And finally, it seems like they took it down. Cheap Dawless SP404. Yep, that's a great little rig for a Dawless setup, man. Definitely. I guess, what do you want to do with a Dawless setup? Do you just want a little... See, for when I think about a Dawless setup, this is my mindset. It might not be yours. When I think about a Dawless setup, go ahead and hit that like button too, you know. Yeah. So when I think about a Dawless setup, I trade my MPC. Nah, I'm not trading it yet. I'm going to try the MPC3 firmware first. And if I don't like that, if I don't gel with that within 2-3 hours, then I'll get rid of it. Because I do think it's a powerful machine, especially for a Dawless setup like I got. But anyways, what I was saying, when you think of a Dawless setup, personally, I think of something that I can go into and it's not just one little box, right? So I feel like getting one little box, like an SP404, it won't bring you that extreme joy as having kind of like a mainframe setup where you got a little module, you got a keyboard, you got a drum machine, and now you got multiple physical boxes that you can twist and turn, you know? So it's almost like you got your own little cockpit set up where you can turn knobs and create this sound, and as little menu diving as possible. That's what I envision when I picture a Dawless setup, a Dawless jam setup. And for $1,000, I think you can do it. Like I just said, Mini Freak, drum log, Behringer mixer, Model D from Behringer or Wasp or one of the cheaper ones. Keystep Pro, yeah, Keystep Pro is awesome. I love the black one too. I saw Daniel Fisher using the black one the other day. I'm usually a huge fan of white, but man, the black Keystep Pro looked nice. Yeah, rustic, so I'll be keeping the MPC box. I think I'm gonna keep it. Proper Dawless, yeah. So with your Dawless setup, you're right, rustic. You need a lock on the door, because when the wife comes in, or the husband, or the furry, or whatever's living in your house, when that comes in the door, it could totally take you out of the element, man. You know, because you know when you're going off to space in a Dawless jam, if nobody's tried the Dawless jamming, if you're just someone who's been playing around with VSTs and in the computer box, and you know, in the DAW, making your tracks and mixing it together and cutting and chopping and using the piano roll, if that's all you've been doing, man, you're missing out on such an insane experience and such a huge meditative experience where you just get lost in playing the music rather than being inside the box, you know. And a lot of the people who just edit in the box, make Dawless music, it's cool. What's up, Emperism? How's it going, brother? Yeah, Emperism, one of the craziest Dawless jammers. Check out his channel. If you want to see an absolute legend at riding the Lightning and Dawless jamming, check out Emperism's channel, man. He's got some of the best Dawless jams. Emperism and I have been following each other since day one, man. Since I opened YouTube, one of the first channels I started following, and he's one of the first people that started following me when we were doing the Dawless jams. I got to get back to doing some jams. I'll do a jam tonight, actually. What I'm going to do tonight is I'll do a jam tonight, and then maybe I'll do a little rundown of my setup during the jam or after the jam, because I got to get back into it, man. I've been sick for a while too, man. I just had to coof 24, and it knocked me on my butt for 4 days, basically. And you can see I'm still congested here. The missus has got it. She was sick, so we're all powered up now. Where you living? New Hampshire, my brother. The beautiful state of New Hampshire. Check it out there. That's the garden back there. So I gotta go make sure that's all set up for later. Get some tomatoes for dinner and make some marinara for my stromboli. You guys like strombolis? Synth Gorillas, man. I think that's a cool name. I don't know why I titled it that. I think I had to do it real quick. I just needed to get in there. And isn't it like Keystep Pro is $500? It's so much money. It's sad that one costs so much because I feel like the Keystep Pro should be $300 max. You guys think there's a couple companies I'm thinking about. Oh yeah, baby, live free or die. That's the motto here. But I have noticed in New Hampshire, this is what I call the slogan: live free or die, but is what should be on the sign. Because there's a bunch of things that aren't very free that that New Hampshire still live free or die, but ... That should be the slogan for New Hampshire. And then fill in the blanks with whatever the stuff here is they don't let you live free. But I'm excited to see what Sequential is going to bring to the table next. I know they're giving Oberheim their room with the TE-05, but Sequential is due for something to come out soon. I know Novation has got something in the works, which is like I don't know if it's a new version to the Peak Summit series. I think they're coming out with a new synth in the Novation series. And I know that Korg is definitely working on the Prologue Mark II series or the Log Mark II series. If you're paying attention, this is all just me reading the tea leaves, right? I got no sources. I'm just a guy reading the tea leaves, and I think Korg is due for a real nice synthesizer soon. Sequential's due for one, and Novation's due for one. That's the three companies that I'm paying attention to now, and I'm digging in. I got to go check the trademarks and see what trademarks have been made in the last year or two that they could possibly be coming out with. New Electribe rumor would be awesome. I posted a picture a while ago of Korg bringing a box. Someone snapped a shot of it in a video by accident, and they were unboxing a new Korg synthesizer. But that could have been, I know they're doing they did the King Korg Neo, and I think they're going to do, if they were smart, they would do the King Korg Morpheus, which is, the white King Korg, but the giant one with the tube vacuum. Korg is very strategic about their rollout because they're Japanese, so they follow the PlayStation model, which is, they got PlayStation 50 already made, but they just roll it out, roll it out, roll it out. So that's the model they follow, and they milk every product they can till the nth extent, which nothing wrong with it. Great business model. I mean, Korg is last the test of time, man, and they're even making plastic synthesizers, Korg and Roland, and they're still great. Did you order the Proton? I didn't order the Proton yet, no. Man, I got no money. I got no money to order anything at the moment. I got all my synth bank was used up buying the prizes for the Kumite, so I had to let that fill up again, and I got the gift card that the Kumite people got for me as like a thank you, which is there, but that's reserved for the TE-05, and then I gotta try this new MPC out, and then if I don't like it, I'm gonna sell that, so I should get $500 for the MPC, and then I should be able to think. I want to get the Proton. I want to get the Model 15. I think the Model 15 right now, as far as bang for your buck, you get the Model 15, and you got a Moog grandmother, right? Go watch Starsky Carr's video. The Model 15 is the Moog grandmother, right? And if you got a Moog grandmother and you add the Model 15 to it, now you got a matriarch, right? You sold the Astrolab. DJ, what do you think of the Astrolab? Was it worth it? I didn't think it was. I think some people got the wrong idea with that thing. I think it's an awesome little synthesizer, but I also think that it is it's kind of got its lane, which is live performing. I think I would like the Astrolab. Man, I wish Arturi would send me an Astrolab, but I'm kind of getting to the point now where I don't want. I tried out the Sonata. The Sonido sent me that tempo pad, and I did a little demo on that, but And Arturia sent me the Mini Freak, which I really enjoyed doing that one because I loved the Mini Freak. But I'm thinking that I'm going to be very, very strategic and careful about when someone writes me now, because I'm getting emails all the time, companies saying, we'll send you this, and I just kind of like, nah, I'm not really feeling the vibe of, what do you want to call it, sponsored demos. It feels weird, the pressure's weird, and then, I don't know, I got to think about it. I think how I was going to set up my email now, if anybody sends me a request to do, please, what do you think about the Percons? Oh, the Percons is amazing. Percons is amazing. I would love to try the Percons out. Everything I heard, but those are so damn expensive. It's crazy, you know? So damn expensive. All right, I got to go get ready. Maybe I'll pop back in for a synth car in a minute and go live in a sec. I got to get ready for work. I'll talk to you guys later. Salute.